Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell was back on Capitol Hill today testifying for a second straight day on his vision for the future of the U.S. economy. This as President Trump continues to call on the Fed to lower interest rates. As part of his testimony in front of the Senate Banking Committee, he presented the Fed's monetary policy report, which comes out twice a year. Now, before that, Powell gave his take on the state of the economy.
Despite elevated uncertainty, the economy is in a solid position. The unemployment rate remains low, and the labor market is at or near maximum employment. Inflation has come down a great deal, but has been running somewhat above our 2% longer-run objective.
The CBS News senior business and technology correspondent Jo Ling Kent joins us now. And Jo Ling, always very good to see you. What did we learn from the Fed's monetary policy report?
Essentially, the idea right now is that they're trying to figure out how inflation is going to be tamed. In the testimony yesterday and today, Chair Powell really focused on how they're tackling the inflation issue as it relates to tariffs. He got a lot of questions on that front when it comes to how tariffs are going to impact inflation. He says that over the last several years, inflation of this level has been relatively unprecedented. So they're trying to be humble, as he said, about how they figure out how to deal with it. That's why he's responded by holding steady. You know, the Federal Reserve, of course, reserves the right to do a couple of more cuts later this year, certainly less than what President Trump would like. But President Trump also weighing in over the past couple of days, saying that Powell's time could soon be up. Which is true. His term will be up in the not so distant future. And President Trump also saying that he has 3 to 4 people he's already thinking about to replace him, Nancy.
And Jo Ling, on another note, the U.S. conflict with Iran could mean the country tries to close the Strait of Hormuz, where roughly 20% of the world's oil passes through. What could that mean for the price of gas for Americans in the near future, especially with the summer season right now?
Yeah, the summer travel season is very much underway, so you can expect gas prices to go up, according to Gas Buddy. Now, when you look at what is happening in the Strait of Hormuz, currently the Israeli attacks on Iran have not really targeted their oil supply, so to speak. If that changes, obviously, that would impact supply. But in terms of American gas and oil and where we get it from, currently estimates show about 7% of U.S. oil supply comes through the Strait of Hormuz. So it's a pretty limited amount. But of course, prices could go up if that geopolitical situation changes. But, you know, taking a look at what Gas Buddy is saying in terms of the actual price, American drivers are likely to see prices go up this week between 10 and 15 cents. And according to Patrick DeHaan over at Gas Buddy, he basically says that most or all of the recent and expected rise is indeed due to the Middle East tension. So even with that, you know, increase, if you look at the fuller context, American drivers are actually going to be paying a little bit less at the pump compared to what they were paying this time last year. The average U.S. gas price per gallon is about $3.22. That's actually down from a year earlier when we were looking at $3.45. So a little bright spot there.
Now, put it in perspective there. Good for those 4th of July road trips. Jo Ling Kent, thank you very much. Good to see you.
Thanks, Nancy.